Yeah, there's a lot of fast riders left at the front at the moment of, well, what is still the whole bunch. There's an awful lot more sorting out yet to do here, particularly if they are to use the steep slopes to get any kind of separation for the more climby types.
Yeah, exactly. There's, like you say, it's a big pack, and it's a real mixture of riders here, and this is where the sprinters really just show just how good they can be, because they can just hold on these punchy climbs, and they'll just fight to survive. I see Alberto Bettiol for XDS Astana also in good position. There's one of the guys that can be quite quick in a finish like this. But we see in the back of the peloton already quite some guys getting dropped, a few with mechanical problems there, one on the right-hand side of the road.
Yeah, just seen Chris Froome drifting backwards as well. Plenty of work done during the day in amongst all of this, but let's keep an eye on who else is there. Paul Lapierre, the former French road race champion, is up alongside Dorian Godon. There we go, the two decathlon riders sitting on the wheel of Matthias Vacek. Vacek, an obvious wheel to be following in these situations if he's still there, because he'll be one of the fastest climby riders at the front that can survive a climb like this, cope very well with the steep stuff too. Leading Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe rider at the moment looks to be Tim van Dijken, but I'm looking for Maxim van Gils as well. He's very good at hiding. Theo Bilbao is sitting back there and moving up too. The Bahrain victorious, there he is at the bottom of our shot. Rafa Majka also looking really comfortable, the Polish road race champion.
Yeah,
inside the final 1800. Sorry, go on.
No, you see at the moment kind of not really any team fully together. It's just kind of ones and twos from those teams. You see Michael Hielkowski there, also moving up Magnus Sheffield. I saw Bettiol and Schelling from XDS Astana sitting really well together, but there's a real mix of riders in there, just all fighting for those wheels. And like I say, some guys have been caught out of position, and they're also having to make those big efforts to bring themselves back into the front of the race.
That was the Belgian Stan de Wolf doing a big turn for Decathlon Agi Desert La Mondiale. This is now Enzo Paleni of Groupama FDG, the French team. Who's he working for back there? Don't see a sign of any other Groupama riders back there. It's a strange one to find himself on the front. He's got Brandon McNulty just behind him, and Matthias Vacek looking cool as you like in third as well.
Now they come on to the harder part of the climb. They're still not on the steepest part yet, actually. The gradient at the moment just kind of pushing upwards of 7%. But in the final part of the climb, they're going to be hitting 9-10% for small moments in this real final part of the climb.
Michał Kwiatkowski moving up, looking round. The Ineos Grenadiers rider on the outside, and he has Magnus Sheffield on his wheel. So despite the fact there's a lot of fast men still in play, riders with general classification aspirations here being brought into good position. And this is Magnus Sheffield being brought up by Kwiatkowski. Filippo Zanna moving up in the purple of Jaco Alula as well. One of the Arkea B&B riders taking the Criterium-style dive bomb up the inside as well. So many riders still in play, and we're inside the final kilometre. We need to keep our eyes peeled for the likes of someone like Matty Brennan. The fact that Maxim van Gils is moving up as well. We're looking for the fast legs in here that are still hanging on at this stage. It is Michał Kwiatkowski, the former world champion, the Polish rider, I'll remind you, here in the 82nd edition of the Tour of Poland on stage 2 as we run towards the finish in Karpacz. We're looking at shots which are coming up our finishing climb. This is where it steepens. Rafał Majka, the Polish champion, moving up as well. So two of the biggest and best known of the Polish riders of all time, it has to be said, right at the front of this peloton. Now this is fascinating.
A really big effort from Michał Kwiatkowski here just to keep Sheffield in position. It's the group thinning out all the time now as they come into the final 700 metres.
Yeah, Jan Christen looking good there. He's just moved ahead of his teammate, of course, Brandon McNulty, well inside the final K, as you can see from the sign. 500 metres to go, as you say. Jan Christen's moved up there in the middle, just in front of Matthias Vacek. Maxim van Gils has also moved up. Look out also for Quinten Hermans. Quinten Hermans looking very good, the Belgian, for Alpecin de Koning in the grey. He's there. Theo Bilbao goes for the drops. He's ready as well. Michał Kwiatkowski doing as long a turn as he can for Magnus Sheffield before Sheffield goes as well. But there are, what, 3 more of the UAE Team Emirates riders with Jan Christen locked in just behind them as well. First of those is Rafał Majka. Kwiatkowski does the last of his turn. Now Magnus Sheffield goes. There's not much of a snap, and he's not got too much of an answer either, too, to Jan Christen. Jan Christen goes now. Christen looking over his shoulder to see who's come with him. Looks like he's got Maxim van Hils on his wheel, if I'm not mistaken. Vatsek's following. Can Van Hils kick off this? He normally can, but I'm not sure, because Jan Christen's looking really good as well. Jan Christen on the left. Actually, it isn't Van Hils. I think we've actually got Finn Fisher-Black up alongside him. It is Finn Fisher-Black on the other side of the road. He looks across. It's going to be a duke out between Jan Christen, Finn Fisher-Black. Finn Fisher-Black so good normally in a sprint finish like this, but he's getting wiped out as well. It's Decathlon Agenizer with one rider coming over the top of them. Just looking to see who that is. It might be Paul Lapera, actually, in a sprint finish like this. He's going to get it, though. Is it? I'm not entirely sure who we've got going clear here, but he's taken the win. That is unbelievable. It looks like Paul Lapera, but I'm not entirely sure. Out of nowhere as well. Finn Fisher-Black looking really good for the win there at the finish, but that's a surprise. There's a team we hadn't been mentioning at all, Matt.
Yes, it was an interesting sprint finish there. You saw, okay, the stage hadn't been that hard the whole way through, but as soon as they started to open up the tank there, in that final, you just saw the legs were just starting to fall off all the time. People were making the move and then just dropping away. So, yeah, a really interesting finish, but what is clear is Decathlon Agenizer with a really nice victory there, and also made it look pretty easy as he came up towards the finishing line.